What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Redemption with Jaden. I know it's kind of a weird day to be seeing Redemption with Jaden content coming out on a Wednesday, but we get a little bonus content this week here with some mystery packs being opened. And once again, Tucker, Mr. T. Martinez, has sent me some footage of him opening some mystery packs. And I get the pleasure of being able to do some commentary and uploading to my channel here. So hopefully you guys will enjoy getting to see some more mystery packs from Your Turn Games being opened up. And thank you to Tucker for being willing to send that over and give me some content. I know it's been a little bit since he sent me this, and I think he's definitely been waiting for it, and I think some other people have been waiting for it as well, but they may not know why quite yet. So you'll have to just stay tuned and figure that out. And of course, before we get started with that, a huge shout out to our sponsors over at Your Turn Games who made this mystery pack video possible by having mystery packs available and also sponsor the channel here. Very grateful to Andy and Kelsey over at Your Turn Games for that. As you can see, he still has mystery packs available, so this is coming out shortly after the mystery packs were, this round 2 of mystery packs were actually sold out. And so Andy hasn't taken these down yet, but I think I heard rumors that maybe a round 3 of mystery packs is in the works, something that Andy's working on figuring out what would be in it, because I mean it seems like they're a pretty big hit. They've sold out relatively quickly in the 2 times that he's offered them, made them available, and he's been offering them, or making them available like 50 packs at a time. And so if you're not familiar with what they are, you can still maybe see on the website what they're what all is contained in each of them. But just to review here, each mystery pack contains a legacy rare, a promo, an ultra rare, and then 5 scratch and dent rotation cards, which could be which will be at least 1 ultra rare, rare, or promo, and the rest likely commons. And there are, of the 50 that are available, there are 5 hot packs, which basically just double everything in the pack. So you get 2 of each of these first 3 things, and then 10 of the scratch and dent rotation cards. So pretty exciting, great value in these, as we will see in this video, I'm sure. I actually haven't watched the video yet, but I have a general idea of some of the cards that he got, since he was saying that there were some glare issues and it might be kind of hard to tell what's what. So I kind of have a general idea of what I'm looking for, so that I can do adequate commentary as we go, and make sure that we know what we're looking at here. So yeah, these are currently sold out. You can request to get an email when they become available, so you don't miss it in the 3rd round when Andy re-ups this product, if he does, assuming he does at some point here. But I know that he's also working on some other cool bundles and projects, or like products, I guess, similar to this that will become available. So that is really cool. I'm excited for the things that he's cooking up. I get to be a little bit in the know on these sort of things because of the partnership that we have. So thank you to Andy for that, and happy to continue supporting him as he supports me over here on the channel. So that is what we're going to be talking about today, looking at these mystery packs. And let's go ahead and jump right into it here, as I get to watch the video along with you and talk about it. For one, cool playmat that Tucker has here, one of the Your Turn Games playmats. As you can see, the logo in the bottom left corner over there, but this was the artwork that was used on the 2019 Son of God of New Jerusalem National Tournament participation promos, where like Son of God had the kind of right side of the art there, and the New Jerusalem the left side, so you put them together and you get to see the whole picture. Very cool. And looks like we get our first pack here. He's opening them and then showing us the cards. So Legacy Rare, Confusion of Mind, a promo, Judean Mediums, which regional promos are kind of hard to get. Judean Mediums is a reprint from the Persecuted Church version, which that set is now out of print, so that can also be a little bit more difficult to acquire. And then the Fall of Man ultra rare from Fall of Man from the set, the namesake of the set there. And let's see, looks like, I think he's showing us the scratch and dent cards here, which here's an example of a scratch and dent ultra rare. The Christ Triumph, King Shalmaneser III, Corrupt People, I believe that is, and Idols of Canaan, and I'm guessing he's going to speed up a little bit at some point here, and Golden Altar. Not that these aren't, not that it's not exciting, I guess, to see what comes out, but because we can't really read the cards and go along with it, then it can go, we can stand to watch it a little bit more quickly. So if it doesn't speed up, then maybe I can try to speed it up a little bit as we go. But here's the next pack. Ancient of Days is the ultra rare Assyrian. Oh no, a singular Syrian archer, not an Assyrian archer, as the legacy rare, and then Abram's Army. The Lineage of Christ legacy rares are nice. I think I like them a little bit better than the Prophecies of Christ, just overall, because it feels like, I don't know, I feel like they were the same rarity, but it just seems like the Prophecies ones that just have so many more of them for some reason. I don't know. Maybe that's not accurate, but just kind of feels like they're in more abundance. And then obviously the Fall of Man legacy rares are the most rare, because they were in the rare slots of those packs. But looks like we got some more scratch and dent cards there. The Christ Triumph there is a nice pull. I mean, we can't see it super well, but the quality there seems decent. Like, I think pretty much all the scratch and dent cards that I've seen from any of the mystery packs, whether it's the ones that I've opened or the ones that Justin opened, or what I've seen from other videos of people, like the scratch and dent cards hardly seem like scratch and dent cards. Like, they look great. Okay, so there's the Rob Anderson signed Gabriel Mouth of God, the ultra rare plus version, which is kind of cool. It looks like there's another signature at the top there. Is that Gabe Isbell on there? Or does it just say something else like Nats or something? I don't know. I'm not really sure. But that's definitely Rob Anderson's signature in the silver there, kind of right in the middle between the other signature and the ability box there. And you got a Clean to Power promo, which those GOC promos, same with the LOC promos, can be kind of tough to get. So those are cool to have available there as well. And a Reach of Desperation legacy rare. Now Joshua the High Priest, can't be mad at that. Same character as Jeshua the Restorer. I think I kind of want to see a Jeshua with the Zechariah reference that's printed on Joshua the High Priest there. He is called Joshua in that verse, and so it might be a little weird if his name was Jeshua, like if he was specifically a Jeshua reprint with that verse. But I just think the art would be cool, and then making him a Zechariah hero is cool for Zechariah being able to bandu Zechariah heroes. So that's just kind of my selfish reasons. And also the art would be cool because it's talking about like Satan accusing him because of his clothes, basically. And then regular Prince of Persia here. Looks like, I assume. I guess it is a little bit hard to tell, but I feel like he would have shown the camera a little bit more if it was the foil version. But anyway, so there's Satan accusing him because of his clothes before God, like he was unworthy essentially. But then there was an angel there kind of on the other side, and it's almost, I mean, I guess maybe the most biblical version that we have of the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. But I guess they're not really talking to the person; they're talking to God, it seems. So I don't know. It's kind of a cool story, and makes him a more interesting character, I guess, of the Bible. Like he gets some mentions in Ezra and Nehemiah, but that's kind of the in Zechariah 3, I think it is, where he's sort of the main character of that part of the story. Man, it's very brief, but still. Okay, so what have we gotten so far? We got the Darkness and Bethlehem and Pontius Pilate as our last 3 promos, I believe. And now Zerubbabel the Builder, another postie, very nice. I think a regular Prince of Persia there, and then his sacrifice. And I think that's I believe that's the Ultra Rare Plus version, his sacrifice as well. So we got the Ultra Rare version of Zerubbabel, then Ultra Rare Plus, his sacrifice, and Ultra Rare Plus signed, Gabriel Mouth of God. And, the Grapes of Wrath promo. That's pretty sweet. It's from 2021, I think, national tournament. I think it was the 2nd place. Maybe it was 3rd place. Pretty sure it wasn't first, but yeah, Legacy Rare Naaman there, and a False Prophet Ultra Rare. Not very good or useful. Hasn't really seen much play these days, but it is probably a little bit harder to get now that Early Church is pretty farther out of print, I guess. It was funny that False Prophet, if you don't know, was actually kind of printed in response to like a couple of things that were powerful in the game at the time. And one of them was the fact that you could use Simeon, the Warriors version, who can ban to any good prophet, who could ban to Angel Under the Oak, and then Angel Under the Oak exchanges for Moses, because Angel Under the Oak wasn't in battle anymore. Then even though Moses negates Simeon's band, then Angel Under the Oak, or the Moses, wouldn't negate Simeon's band because Angel Under the Oak was the character that he banded to, and Moses came in through the exchange on Angel Under the Oak, who was both cannot be negated and isn't in play to be negated anymore. At least, well, I guess it could be in play still because Angel Under the Oak could exchange the territory. So basically, you'd be able to attack with Moses, draw 2, or attack with Simeon, ban Angel Under the Oak, draw 2, exchange with Moses. And so you'd have like a 15-14 fight by the numbers band there with a draw 2. And False Prophet was kind of one of the ways to combat that, which I don't think it was ever really played that much. I think that theme kind of fell out of favor a little bit, and it was just too specific. Like it was a popular attack, but not quite popular enough where like you would just want to slot False Prophet into any deck. It was nice if you were playing like a Nazareth deck or some other kind of deck that was worth getting New Testament sites out early. Nazareth was kind of the main one for doing that, but all right, so what else we got here? Hey, there's the Son of God that I was talking about before from 2019 Nationals. As you can see, they did flip the artwork for the cards relative to the playmat, so it doesn't quite fit as well when you're playing the cards on the playmat, but it's still cool. Then we got the Chronicles of the Kings there. I believe that's the regular version, the Remnant Lost Soul, and a regular Beelzebub as well. Ooh, the Open Hand Lost Soul is pretty nice as a scratch and dent card. Looks like Fearless Traveler is in there as well. But yeah, Open Hand, a little bit harder to get now. Like Cloud is, I think Cloud and ROJ are both out of print now. So can be a little bit more tricky. And it's one of the more playable Lost Souls from Cloud of Witnesses. It's not the most playable, but I believe it is common, so I think it's probably the most playable common Lost Soul. We still got like Dull and Forsaken that are, I think, kind of take the cake on Lost Souls from Cloud of Witnesses. And it looks like Search, Angel of God. That was the first foil year for Nationals with the new printer, and so the foils were a little more clean, I guess, than the year before, where that was the year before was the first year they did foils at Nationals in 2022, and they were just a little bit off. Like you could see like a little bit of the silver border on pretty much all of the foil cards. But the 2023 ones, like you see with Angel of God there, those all turned out really nice, and all the ones printed since have turned out nice. So there's more scratch and dent cards. Not really worth calling them all out as they go, but I mean, still certainly call out some of the kind of more notable ones. And it looks like we got a Matthews Begats as another ultra rare there. It's just a regular one. Hey, there's another national participation promo. Nice looking foil on the Guardian of Your Souls there. And Israel's Rebellion ultra rare. So these packs are $40 each. Kind of like if you were to just buy one pack, it would be $40. Although Andy does it where you can buy 3 and you get a bit of a discount. I think they're that's 3 for 90, or is it 100 something, or 3 for 100 I think, and then you could buy 5 for 150. So 3 for 100 comes out to 33 each. 5 for 150 comes out to 30 each, in case anyone was having trouble with that math there. So you get a discount for buying in bulk. My understanding of what happened here, how Tucker ended up with 17 of them, is that not that he spent a buttload of money, but that he worked out a trade with Andy for some other high-end cards that he had that he was willing to part with, and to get some store credit with return games, and they worked it out. I don't know what exactly was all involved in the deal, if there was some amount of cash worked out too, but I think it was just the cards and like promos and stuff that he was trading that were harder to get for these packs, which, I mean, props to Andy for being so accessible. Oh, here it is. I think I just saw the bottom of it, and he was showing it to that you can tell. Yeah, okay, that one is foil. That's the foil prints that everyone was looking for with these mystery packs. That's kind of the big hit. The foil ultra rares are going for, I would say probably like a baseline is like $300. I don't know how many people are like paying that much for them from like the secondary market. But I think like from a retailer standpoint, I think that's what Andy has most of them at. And yeah, he put it right in a hard case there right away. It's smart. Having that foil prints definitely makes up for, I believe what he would have traded for these packs, and the rest of it is just great kind of icing on top of the cake here. So yeah, really, like I was saying before Tucker had to go and distract me with his foil Prince of the Persia. Props to Andy for one, I mean, doing things like this. Like, this is a great deal for him to be able to do and get some of these cool collectible cards in the hands of players who may not have the kind of success at nationals to win some of the promos, or have the the means to buy a lot of boxes in order to get some of these harder to get ultra rares and such. But when just buying a few of these mystery packs, or even just buying one of these mystery packs, you're bound to make up for it in value pretty quickly. And so props to Andy for making them available, and also for just being as accessible as he is to our community. We have a pretty small community as redemption players, because it's a small game, but kind of as a part of that, or as a function of that, Andy, as kind of one of the primary third-party retailers, has made himself very available and involved in the community, and so he's accessible for things like this, like kind of like trades where cards that he would be willing to buy. Is obviously has to. It's a business, so he still has to buy them at a bit of a discount relative to what he would want to sell them at. But very reasonable, easy to work with, and it makes deals like this that are it's very easy to kind of get your money's worth when he has a good deal like this, like things like this going on. So all right, a few more ultra rares that we're seeing here. Looks like he's showing us the two different versions of Matthews Begats. So he got the ultra rare and the ultra rare plus versions, which looks like same for his sacrifice. And then a couple of scratch and dent ultra rares. And this must be everything, because let's see, that's 6 on the bottom, like 6 in the middle, and then 3 on top, or is it 7 in the middle there? I'm not sure if he's done quite yet. It looks like he's still got some scratch and dent cards there, so we're getting pretty close. I think, yeah, I think it must have been pretty close, which it's kind of crazy that he opened at regular Prince of Persia first, and I think, spoiler, sorry to break the fourth wall or whatever, but I did know that he got the Prince of Persia foil before watching the video. He told me about that part, and he told me that it was a little bit nerve-wracking to open the regular Prince of Persia and then open the foil one with only a few packs left afterwards. So that's pretty great. And oh man, that's a great looking Strong Angel. I've got a few of those, and like they're not the most useful, but they are super cool looking. So I won a good like handful of those in 2019, I believe. Those were 2019, and I think those were the third or second place, 2019, and Christian Martyr was the third place if I remember right. But anyway, those are good to hang on to because they look pretty sweet. Very, very good deal here. Like, I mean, some of these cards are worth like almost $100 by themselves. You have to find the right buyer for it, of course. But as far as the supply, the supply kind of helps to bump the prices up a little bit there. So really, it's just about finding the right demand, and the fact that Andy is making them available more readily through these packs. I mean, like, of course, you're not necessarily going to get the ones that you want, but he is making the list of like ultra rares and promos available for what is in the packs. So if there is one that you want, when he makes that list available, then you can kind of play the odds a little bit. And it's kind of like opening packs normally, where you're getting something from the set, but in this case, you're getting like the high end stuff only, pretty much. I mean, you're still getting some of the scratch and dent commons and rares, even some ultra rares there, which can be nice. But it's pretty easy to have to make your money's worth off of these. So if you are looking to spend some money on redemption and you're not really sure exactly what you want, but you just want to open up some cool stuff, then this is definitely a product to keep an eye out for, or to maybe save up for the next time that Andy runs this. And who knows, maybe he'll spice it up at some point and have like more high-end stuff available, or more stuff in each of the packs, and then make them a little more expensive. Or maybe he'll tone it down a little bit and make them a little cheaper to make them accessible for people who can't quite justify $40 on one pack of 10 or I guess 8 cards, which the average value of the cards is probably more than $5 per card, but still, like, you're not, it's still cardboard at the end of the day. So it's understandable if you're not in a position to justify that. If you just want to have the cards that you need to play the game and to have fun, then that's certainly a way to go about it. So here are all the ultra rares that he opened up. So the 2 in the top left there are from the scratch and dent cards. So it's 4 plus 7, so 18 total. So it looks like he got 1 hot pack, which is the double ultra rare and double promo and everything there. Really, I mean, of these ultra rares, like the Prince of Persia is obviously the biggest hit, but like that, the Strong Angel promo, the Grapes of Wrath promo that he got in the promo pile up here, like those are going to be worth more than most of these ultra rares. Pretty much all of these ultra rares, actually, they're more. I mean, they're just more valuable because they're more scarce. There aren't as many of them in circulation. But getting some of these older ultra rares is really nice, like the Shipwreck, the False Prophet, Christ Triumph. Even like I think I only have 1 of these, so honestly, I had thought about getting some of the mystery packs and was thinking like, all right, I saw that Christ Triumph was one of the scratch and dent cards. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of nice to get, another copy of that, just to have a few more around, or like another copy of Shipwreck could be nice too. Although we've got the fundraiser for that as well. You can get the cheaper versions, but yeah, just having, I like having duplicates of each of my cards. If I want to just have like a collection for display at some point, and then parts that I can play with. To each their own as far as you want to do that, but I mean, for the most part, I'm like, if I've got it, I want to use it, and so that's kind of, I'm not necessarily going to be looking to get multiple copies of the foil ultra rares and stuff, just to make sure that I have a play copy and a collection copy, especially because I play Type 2, and like Prince of Persia, probably going to be using 2 of those in a Persian defense in Type 2. Some of the other, like probably 2 Michaels in a Daniel offense, and in Type 2 you can only run 1 Ancient of Days, so I guess that helps in that regard. But oh man, now I'm just imagining a Type 2 deck with 2 Princes, 2 Michaels, and an Ancient of Days all foiled out. That'd be pretty sweet. All right. Well, I should probably stop now before I decide to go spend more money than I should on shiny cardboard. But if you are willing to spend some money on shiny redemption logoed or otherwise, like shiny or otherwise redemption logoed cardboard, head on over to Your Return Games and show them some love, or maybe save up a little bit so that the next time the mystery packs become available, then you can get some of those for yourself. And thank you again to Tucker for sending this video, and congrats on the foil prints. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you all next time.